Good evening, YouTube. It's Joe. I would like to further the discussion on the topic of ampersand and pre-outs on modern AVRs. Before I go any further, I will say that I turned the ISO down on this camera so that you wouldn't get any nasty blooming on your end. I hope it helps. I'd like to start with the Denon 8500. It is the only it is the only AVR, to my knowledge, that gives you full control of ampersand to all channels. Meaning you could choose to pre-out any one of your channels, any number of your channels. So you could do one or all 13 or any number in between. Pretty sure that's exclusive to that receiver under $5,000. That particular AVR, the 8500, retails right now for $39.99 USD. Now, if you look at the Marantz SR 8015 at $32.99 USD, it does not have that feature. It does, however, have a preamp disconnect mode. It shares that common feature with the Denon 6700H. And of course, every model down the line below that, I don't believe shares even that ability to do the preamp, disconnect. So, what's really the issue here? I think that me, for instance, your average consumer, I have 7 speakers and I'm maxed out. Right now, I'm running the Yamaha TSR 700. I've talked about it many a times. I've done a review on it. I love that receiver, but I'm maxed out on channels. I would like to add 2 more height channels, giving me a total of 4 up top and a total of 9 channels with 5 bed layer, with the ability to possibly grow into 7 channels bed layer, 4 up top. A side note, I recently purchased the Emotiva Basics A4, which I should do a review on, and I will. Unfortunately, there's just, I'm not sure of any real good way for me to use it, because the amps that I'm comfortable with that I would like to grow into at a particular price point, they don't offer me the ability to assign the channels to the amp in the manner I want. They may even give me some options to assign up to 4 channels, but not the 4 of my choosing. And I'm pretty sure no amp even below the 8500 gives you the channel to even pre-amp or amp assign your left, right, and center channel. It's always a 2-speaker combination, like your left and right, or your front presence height, or your rear presence height, so they break it up into zones. It's just all very frustrating. So if I want to be able to choose which channels I send to an amplifier, no matter how many channels I want to send to an amplifier, I have to spend $4,000 on a Denon 8500 with a broken HDMI 2.1 chip. Whole nother discussion. I understand. I'm not really trying to get too far into the weeds, but it's frustrating we're in this place because I'm a budget guy. I'm an average consumer, and I'm not going to go out here and spend $5,000 on an amp. That's the other thing about the preamp disconnect. Like, great, you give me the ability to cut off all the power to those amps so I can't get any feedback. Good. But now I have to amplify all channels running out of the receiver, all 11, because it's really only offered on the 6700 and above, I believe. So the SR7015 may have it, not sure about that, but the SR70 or the SR8015 I know definitely has it. So you can shut off all amps. But what if I don't have enough amplification to cut off all my channels? So the industry is kind of, putting us or putting me in this position that I don't want to be in. I'm not very happy about it. I'm hoping there's some workaround, some way to get around. Or you know what? Maybe I'm just being unreasonable. This is a possibility. As always, thank you for listening. Be good, be safe. Boom.